Hola. So you guys are gonna come with me. I need to put my ice cream away. I was having some Dryer's ice cream because it is hot. And I got too lazy to cook dinner, which I need to start putting together. Cooking is irritating right now. All right, so we're talking about positive energy, clearing your home. So a lot of my negativity generates from this area of my kitchen over here. It's negative energy. And my 5 o'clock shadow, hey. So basically what I decided to put in this area, shungite in water. You know, this is cool because if you studied shungite, it's a natural EMF frequency blocker. So it blocks these waves that come from electronic devices, infrared, sonic waves, different things that have electronic pulses. Because this room is on a level and the foundation is sensitive, what happens on accident is if there are too many things vibrating, let's say like I put my window fan down here to blow in the natural air instead of in the window. But across there, my neighbor has an air filter that's always on. And then the one on this wall, it's always on. So the two waves coming this way, they end up hitting my common area where I watch TV and where I sleep. So usually I'm very ticked off in the morning. But it's weird how I had shungite stones. These are raw shungite when they look like charcoal pieces. And you just dip that in water. And you can keep replacing the water and leave the stones in there. But I actually put those in my plants outside. I'll put them down the drain just to help, Yeah, so shungite. I also start putting little decorations on near my fishy. Hamilton. He's a little mad at me today because he had a bigger tank, and I just did not have the stamina to to clean his tank. That's too big of a tank. Hey, do you guys know I have brown eyes? Yeah, do you really know me? All right, so yesterday a friend of mine, she asked me about sage. She's like, how do I know if it's working? So I bought a big wand sage. Hey, big boy. And so what I like about this is the base of the sage. I actually just said, why don't I make a bowl of resin? And so that's kind of what I do for fun. Sometimes, like in the background, just dry, raw sage smells so good. And just crunching it kind of builds a nice little resin. It smells really good. And then maybe if you have tea tree oil, you could put like maybe 2 drops of tea tree oil and just make little resin bowls and set them around your home. So that'd probably be a little project I'll do tomorrow. But I have these old candle, I'm a hoarder. I hoard candle glasses, but I'll put resins in these, like holy basil, sage. I also have Palo Santo and rosemary. So those are really good to have. And I'll just set them in places where I can't really see them, but they'll smell good. Feng Shui. Feng Shui. So this is, I like Feng Shui because Feng Shui allows you to put some good vibes in your home. Like if something bothered me one day, I will literally just be like, okay, my energy was off, so I will move something in my home and put it somewhere else to change my frequency. So therefore, I don't recognize what was affecting me because I something changed, right? So that's like the little art of feng shui is you can constantly create a ley line in your home and just keep shifting things around until you see a good habit, a good pattern, which would be like, hey, I woke up early today. Hey, I took a shower and I felt great and I put essential oils in my shower. So we're trying to hack the mind and hack the body and hack our soul to cooperate and listen. Like, y'all need to calm down. So that's like that's my approach right now is like there's too much going on in the outside world. I just cannot. I have to create a bubble, and then this bubble is my little space and all the things that keep trying to push my nerves. I can't really focus on that. But when the focus is damaging my bubble, I need to feng shui my place. Um, I started doing this. I started designating different spaces for different things. So obviously, I never ever lay down in front of a TV. That's feng shui rule number one. Rule number two, I'll never put a Wi-Fi device in my sleep area. So my sleep area, it's weird, but if you guys are empaths or you work with people all the time, if your head goes north and your feet are going south, you actually can create good circulation with your body. I actually slept much longer when I realized, oh, my bed should go north and south, because those are the rules of feng shui. When I was going east and west, I was actually having some really bad problems sleeping, and I was getting hypertension while sleeping, which is weird. Um, I just had a text message. I can't complain. I'm still getting hard after 2 hours. Really? How do you block these text messages? I just thought I'd make you guys laugh. So there's my couch. And what's cool about my television and couch is I'll feng shui the frequency of my TV to go 45 degrees so that I'm in control of what I'm watching. And then when I'm done, literally every day, I'll go back and put this TV back. And the art of feng shui is you always want to keep something to reflect back to the TV so that the infrared that comes out of the television doesn't end up piercing. Let's say if you're sleeping here and you're receiving infrared, your body is going to feel those EMF frequencies. So that's why I put the shungite water here, if this makes any sense. So there's your EMF blocker. There's the EMF projector. If that makes any sense. So I'm creating energy to go here, and then you're going to stop right over there and leave me alone. So the shungite will attract the electrons coming from devices, and it will actually eliminate it over there. I don't know the real science behind it, okay? And same as my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi will probably emit from where it is. It'll go over there and stay. I actually been feeling a lot better the last week having those because I just rearranged everything. And I've been doing alkalized water. Yes, so you guys saw a few weeks ago when I was doing a trial with alkalized water by the gallon. I know it's expensive, but your health is more important, right? Being cheap and broke and poor-minded, you can be broke and still spend a good $5 and then share this alkalized water with your spring water. It's still alkalized. It's your health. I didn't finish my conversation about the sage. My bad. Someone had asked me yesterday, "What do you do with sage? How do you burn it? What are the properties of it? Does it work?" So let's just go with the basics. Sage is a natural bacterial fighter. It like literally because it emits a vapor because it's natural. It eliminates and kills airborne viruses and germs. It is in science. So, if you're tired of using a lot of sanitizer, just create you a little spray bottle. Put like a leaf or two of white sage, eucalyptus, and maybe like 4 sprays of sanitizer. And then I have distilled water. And that's good for like 3 weeks. Boom. And also it smells good. So I have like a air mist. I have an air, purifier, and then I have a sanitizer. And then if I want to go topical, I can spray my floor or surfaces and clean that. And it smells good and natural. A lot of people who are well in tune with energy want to clear their vessel or their aura with sage. I burn sage for everything. I really don't care if it doesn't work. Placebo effect. If it's a placebo in your life, use it. But I always will, I'll light the sage and you go in all 4 corners. So you start with the east corner, then you work yourself west, then you work yourself north. Why? Because you kind of want to go with the flow of the sun. The sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. So you just want to kind of create this circulation going on. That's how feng shui and energy and blah, blah, blah. I know it sounds a little bit confusing. But yeah, if you have your sage, I'll just do a mock. Let's say I burn this. I'll start with the east corner of my apartment, which is this area that has the most energy. So I start with the corner here. I'll walk myself along here. And you notice that food perishes, right, in the refrigerator. You dispose food in the disposer. You burn and add things on the stove. So that will make sense for me to start east in the kitchen because where everything is perishable, right, then the bathroom happens to be west of the kitchen. And we all know that we purge in the bathroom. So I'll go in the corners of the bathroom. This is like essentially the dirtiest place in your home, right? It's where everybody leaves what was old. Sorry, being honest. Then I'll go over here. I'm in my shower. I have this belief system that the shower cleans itself. No, that's why I like standing in showers because you don't have to really scrub too much. This is a Himalayan salt crystal or salt rock. I'm sorry. So Himalayan salt rock is natural. It helps lower your blood pressure. It has good properties. I actually scrub my face with it. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a living mineral. So why not utilize it when you shower? So yeah, I put it instead of using it as a lamp and just letting it burn and not do anything for my environment. It causes humidity, which is good. And actually, when I was sick back in May, I actually used that lamp to help me get through those nights to break my fever. Boom. What else? I have a essential oil diffuser down here, and this one has peppermint, frankincense, and what is this blend here? Oh, you guys can't read it, but I can. It has coconut oil, Palo Santo lavender, and blue cypress. That smells so good. If you don't know what that smells like, it's kind of like sandalwood, like sandalwood on a hot guy with big muscles, and he just had a workout, and you're like, ooh, you smell good and natural. That's what it smells like. Here's a good little hack. Actually found out liquid oxygen not only is good. We talked about this in my last video. Was it chlorophyll? Anyways, you don't want to put these in your eyes or directly into your mouth. It's to stabilize the oxygenation in water. And it's actually putting high levels of oxygenation in your water. So you can get a stomach ache if you're not used to it, but it goes away. The fact that I had acid reflux and I'm gluten intolerant, that's really helped me when I put probiotics in my body. So I'll mix that with probiotics. I also put it in my essential oil diffuser. It's oxygen. And so I'm actually feeling like in my own home, I can actually breathe a little bit better because the mask wearing outdoors is depleting the CO2 from my lungs. And it's trapping all the CO2 from my lungs. So I want to do things to really help me breathe better when I come back home. Like I said, it's your bubble, it's your sanctuary. So you might want to invest a little bit. Okay, so more cleansing stuff before I let y'all go. I found this yesterday in a little market. Arnica chamomile ginger. Now, if you guys know arnica gel, that's for inflammatory issues and pain, joint muscle aches and stuff, or after a workout, post workout. This is actually good to have. So it brings your cortisol levels down. It keeps you from being hyper after you worked out. So I'm going to do that tonight. I have raw ginger, which I'm going to boil with the tea. Oh, it's going to be great. I also have ginger chews, which I chew in the morning time after breakfast. Yeah. I say a lot of stuff. But some people won't pay attention to it, and some people will. All right, so let's say we did our sage, we did four corners. Coming back home, oh, that's why I got a napkin. I have ice cream on the floor. This is cool, watch. We're going through errands. All right, so the last live stream I talked about karmic cycles, right? And I talked about negativity. And we're constantly going to have issues that provoke our positive to dim a little. It is what it is. That's just life. It's just life. Suck it up. Now, I shared a lot of personal information yesterday because I was actually pretty upset at how it sucks that everybody thinks that there's privilege in being alive, and there's privilege in being a working citizen right now, or there's privilege in being a unemployed citizen being taken care of. But yesterday was just sort of like I wanted to slap reality, not just in my face, but in everyone else, and just say like, look, no one's protected in this situation. Only you can protect yourself. Only you are in charge of yourself. You are accountable for your reactions. You are accountable for your reactions. The way that other things react to you or to your circumstance has nothing to do with you. So I always just say as a positive form of advice is we got to start separating circumstance from personal obligation. Your personal obligations are your immediate feelings and emotions, but the things that are caused upon you, excuse me, those are circumstantial. Those are the circumstance. Like, I didn't create that circumstance yesterday. How did I end up being like number 900 of the 2,400 that were left out? You know what I mean? Like, what? But a lot of people who've known me knows that I've been having a stream of bad luck. So that's kind of telling me that there's a karmic cycle somewhere in my family's history. So I have two sides of my family that probably have four branches of culture somewhere. So this is why I really want to do an ancestry test. I haven't got it yet. I'm still waiting to get an extra cash to go get my ancestry. But once I find out the background of my culture, because we not just from Africa. Once I get the background, of the tribes that were in my ancestry. Then I'll probably figure out the stories of what happened so I can understand what happened. And then maybe that will manifest a break in this ring of fire karma that I've been going through. It isn't like, there's times where I think, okay, well, I may have triggered something on the earth plane where this is probably what I deserve. I never say that to myself. I'm just aware that things occur to alter your mentality because maybe in circumstances before, this has been what I have caused someone to think and feel like before. So I have to understand that what I project and what happens to another person, hey, maybe I have to go through those feelings and emotions too, and that's the healing process. So it isn't a woe is me situation. I find a good, healthy routine. This is really difficult because I've been trying to do this myself. Every day I've been doing 7 days of 7 affirmations. And the only reason why I chose 7 was because last Monday I found out, September 21st, which is this Monday, in the Hawaiian culture and in Hinduism, I believe. Don't quote me. But they both believe in what's called the Kali Maya, Kali something. Kali the Destroyer. She's that one character with the tongue out. And she comes to like torture the man. So the picture is she like cuts his head off. I should have a reference of that. Let's show this Kali chick. Because what happens is if people are not paying attention to the karmic cycles and what's happening in the world, you're going to see something. Oh, my tablet is out of battery. But anyways, Kali has her tongue out and she's blue. Right? And she has like 6 arms and like 2 legs. And so the 21st is like this day where she purges the earth. She purges the universe. She kind of clears out everything. She destroys whatever is like, bloody man, right? So if you have any resting karmic cycles or any karmic debt, what happens is from the 21st of September, I think until December 21st, it's a 3-month cycle because it's in 3s and 7s. So you have 7 years to 3 months. Then you have 7 weeks to 3 days. And then you would have 7 hours to like, it's a weird, numerologists know this very well. But all you guys need to know is Monday, you're going to see some stuff. You're going to be seeing a lot of things being brought out to surface that is very uncomfortable. Things that might make people upset, but then it's just going to help bring the truth forward. But then people who don't understand how to stay content will probably cause more trouble until there's, clarity. I don't like this stuff, but because, I do study numerology and I study astronomy and astrology, and I do believe in karmic cycles and whatnot, I just try to do my part by sharing. And so that's my affirmation of today, which is to continuously do my work at sharing. I believe sharing is the best thing anybody can do if someone's aware of their skills at speaking publicly. Sorry if my ceiling fan's making you dizzy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I believe in sharing my friends. I like networking people. So there's people right now that are getting messages. There are people who I'm giving out messages that I'm saying, look, you should be friends with so-and-so. You guys have a lot in common. So I've been doing that all week long, and I'll continue to do that. The other things I've been doing for like transfiguration of my negative into my positive, it's too much to be doing it every week. I don't know how some people do this I can't, it's too much. It is. It's really too much. I just can't. If something is just, bleh, I just ignore it. Oh, here she is. There's Callie sticking her tongue out like Cardi B. Meh. So she's the destroyer. I know, Joanne. Look, you're reading the future because okay. So this is a quote from the Dalai Lama. Up until now, our common mother tolerated her children's behavior. She is presently showing that. She's presently, oh no, showing us that she has reached the limit of all of her tolerance. Oh, and you see how she holds the man's head. Joanne, did you know this? That's a Hawaiian. It's a Hawaiian tradition that you're supposed to purge all your karmic cycles, or this is what the Christian people say: repent. It's the same thing. Like you acknowledged all of the, let's just say it, the darkness or the unbalanced things, the things that weren't balanced, or, things that you were uncomfortable with. So what? We all have to get uncomfortable. Right? It's kind of like how, like for me, if I have to change in front of people, I don't mind anymore. I didn't strip down so many times. Joanne's in house. Remember that one time I came to class and I was like, I want to change my pants. And so I literally like, I do that. Or if my shirt's off, I'll change my shirt. All right, so Joanne, I'm going to read your future. Let's do 3 cards for you and 3 cards for me. I'm not going to read the book. I'm just going to turn my ceiling fan off. 3 for you and 3 for me. It was on a Wednesday night class. Because usually Wednesday night I'm rushing, and then it's like my clothes look weird, and I just want to change them. Okay, so all these fell out. 1, 2, 3 for you. Those are 2, and I need 1 more. And then somebody is coming. So I'll put these aside for someone who logs in next. Okie dokie. All right, Miss Joe. This is weird. Okay, so you got 3 win cards. So the first one is visionary. You think it, you imagine it, you go for it. Right? Seeing is believing. And then patience. We already know what that's about. Patience, having the will to study, putting in your hours. And then intention, you set your intention and you set yourself on the goal, which is the creative visionary, but everything takes time and practice. So you're on the right track. Yes, these are mine. So I have 1 earth fruition. Look at those big kahungas. Can I say kahungas? Is that appropriate in 2020 still? Compassion. I think these 2 go back to back. That's pretty cool. Compassion and fruition. I always have a desire to make something happen, and I know how to make it happen. And take care of others in the process. And then child consciousness. That's the wind sign. And the child consciousness is being your inner child, having a balance. See how there's a black bird and a white bird? That's balance. And always feeling, I think, what is it called? Children are not empathetic. but they are sympathetic. That's in psychology 101. They haven't developed empathy, but they do feel sorry when it comes to it. And then for our invisible people, our invisible other people out there, these are like the other. Ooh, child. Ooh, these are weird. So this one, this one says the world. And I think this has a lot to do with Monday. So that's the world. And you see how she's surrounded by snakes. Which actually, snake is a form of it's a symbol of wisdom, but it's a symbol of cycles. And in order to learn, we have to keep going through these life lessons. Maiden the beauty. It's looking within yourself. Maiden of revolution means making change for the external after you've acquired what you've established on the inside. Transmutation is the process of going from one form or element to another. So like, let's say that I've noticed that there's been a streak of negativity and judgment on my life since last November. And the only way that I can get out of that cycle, habit, and pattern that I did not cause myself, but it's affecting the way that I respond to everything else. Like, I was invited to a party today and I declined. And I didn't want to discourage the person who invited me, but I'm just not in the right place to be like, yeah, hey, I'm not in a comfortable place to be in front of people. I haven't been in front of people since March. I haven't done my talent in front of people since February. So it's really nerve-wracking. I just can't go force myself to be in front of people. That's what's funny. So Fool is the card that came up next. I know I could have fooled you, me being nervous. And then Ace of Manifestation is the same thing. It's how you switch sides. Let's say you play devil's advocate on both sides in order to get both sides to get along with each other. Kind of like if two kids were to fight and a parent goes, you say you're sorry. You say you're sorry. Okay, you won't? Okay, time out both of you. And then they both apologize after. So anyway, that's all I want to share with everybody. And I'm going to go now. Yeah. I think that was all I wanted to bring up today. Well, there's making decisions that you need to make. Everyone has to make decisions. And I think that was something that, I'll be very honest, like I had a conversation with my mom yesterday, and I was like, I need to make a decision on what to do, because this is like, it's at the brink of, oh my gosh, I'm out of options. I spent the last 5 months doing paperwork, phone calls, legal stuff every day of the week for the last 5 months. And so for another door to close, it's like, what do I do? So it's more of making a plan, making a decision on what to do and sticking to it. And that's kind of, I was always opposite. I was always the person that said, whatever comes my way, I'm gonna just make it happen. Whatever happens to float, I will float with it. And it doesn't work, because you just manifested a flotation, right? Then you just constantly float, and that doesn't work out. Yeah, it does bite. Like, I don't want to victimize myself at all, but I do like to take this moment to say, like, I have it pretty bad. Because, like, who would have, we were supposed to get back into the groove of things in September. So whatever they're doing in politics is, they're at war with themselves, both sides. And both sides are ruining it for the rest of us who keep the economy afloat. But in September, my second job terminated me. So because they couldn't get business, I worked for a lot of different places. Even the dance studios where I was doing classes, one is outside, and so we're trying to figure out how do we do an adult class outside. Do adults want to go outside? Not in the summertime. Adults don't want to go outside. Anyways, so either I have to make a decision and saying, look, I may have to accept being a roommate to someone who wants a short-term roommate for 5 6 months and stick to it. My mom's like, no, that's not gonna work because you don't like living with people. I'm like, that's not an option right now. We are in the middle of a pandemic. And certainly I could probably say, let me get a room share. But if I get a room share and invite someone here, there's still a balance due. So we can't. Such a horrible situation. But I always learned that our personal lives are not personal. If you look at the zodiac chart, if you look at astronomy, what planet went retrograde? What planet is conjunct of the sun? Which planet conjuncts the moon? Those tell the exact stories. It's kind of like the book of Genesis, how it's all about the moon, the stars, and metaphors of the universe. And people pulled stories out of them. They said Adam and Eve, it was a male and a female. Well, if they knew that Venus and the moon were conjunct the sun and Jupiter, that's basically Adam and Eve. That's your male, female. That's your polarity. And polarity creates life. And anyways, I'm so smart. Anyways, later today, I will do a live stream of another drawing. Yes. Because I feel like drawing again. So anyways, bye. Bye. I'm going now. I'm hungry. I'm going to make pasta. Was it going to be pasta or tacos? I think I'm going to do tacos. Those are easier. Pasta is like, ugh. It's too hot for pasta. Anyway, bye.